So one of the biggest issues a lot of clients run into when it comes to getting funding is they have high credit card utilization. Now, I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to handle the credit card utilization so that way you're going to be in a much better predicament. Number 1, when it comes to the high credit cards, you could have a situation where you have maybe one card that has a high limit. Let's say if it's $10, $20, $30,000, right? And maybe you're only using maybe 70% of that. So in the example, if we have a card that's for $20,000 and you're using $15,000 of that card, but you have another card where you're using $500 of a $500 limit card, that $500 limit card is actually hurting you more than the other card when it comes to utilization. So you have to be very careful with that. So I always tell our clients to pay off the small card first. Because when you have the small card, a lot of times that can put you in a worse situation when you're not paying those small ones off, because the lender will feel like, well, if you're not handling this small debt, how can I trust you with the larger one? All right. So first rule of thumb, pay off all small cards. Number 2, if you do have that same predicament, you also can do a balance transfer. Now, you can play this balance transfer game out multiple ways. So one option within the balance transfer would be if you have a larger card, like I mentioned, where the limit is $20K, you're using $15,000 of the $20,000. If you take a card that's $500, you're using $500 of the $500 and take that $500 and do the balance transfer and smooth that over to the other larger card. Well, now you're going to be in a better predicament when it comes to your overall credit, because you're using now $15,500 out of 20. It's better than the alternative of having one of the small cards being totally maxed out, because you do not want to have maxed out cards. Now that's important because if you have a business credit card that gets transferred over, well, now that debt is actually out of your personal name, and it puts you in the ultimate position, because now your score is going to go much higher. And if you do that with multiple cards, you can really put yourself in a great situation. So always reach out to your bank and ask them if that's a possible option, or other banks that you want to get funding with. And again, we can definitely help you with that process because we do funding every day. Now, the last piece would be getting the personal loan. So we can help you get a personal loan that can pay off the full balance of a lot of these cards that you may have. A lot of times you may be paying a high monthly payment for these cards, and if we were to just get you the loan to pay off the cards, now you're not in that situation no more. You're just paying one payment for all the cards you have, and now you also will have that available credit. So right now you're paying maybe $30,000, or you may have a limit of total of $30,000 and you're using all 30K. Well, if you're actually getting a loan to pay that off, that can put you in a better predicament, because now you're not actually just paying that only out of your own pocket. Well, now we also got you some funding, which gives you an opportunity to boost your score up, because that loan that we got you will pay off the other cards and keep those cards still open. So now you have an available credit there to use for what you need. You'll have everything transferred into one particular bill on your main loan account. There's a few tips that we want to give you some real clear insight on how you can actually structure when it comes to getting funding, but also making sure that you're in a position to get that funding. For more tips, follow or send us a DM. We'll be here to help. Emerson Capital set you free.